Hello and welcome to Good Morning Lancaster.
Today we'll be joined by Junaid Iqbal and Hannah Laher from the Islamic Society to talk all about their charity week.
We'll also be joined by Ben Miles and Susie Clegg, the winners of Lancaster's Got Talent 2017.
So stay tuned, it's 11 o'clock and you're watching Good Morning Lancaster.
Welcome back, I'm Jael McDonald.
And I'm Siri Hamperforth, thanks for joining us today.
Let's bring you up to date with the latest news headlines.
So in the latest issue of Scan, there's been an investigation into marketing claims that the university has been making about their accommodation ratings.
Sarah Jane Callender reports that the claims made were found in the 2018 undergraduate prospectus, quoting that, put simply, our accommodation is the best in the country, and are said to have been voted best university halls by National Student Housing Survey.
Yes, the university has defended its use of the NSHS statistics, saying that we are also very careful to add references to the original surveys and league tables in the prospectus that we are quoting from. However, this reference was found only on the last page of the prospectus, 160 pages after the claim was made. Further claims have been that Lancaster University is in the top 1% of universities in the world. However, many universities making this claim have been slammed by the Advertising Standards Authority.
The ASA has recently ruled against 6 universities on the grounds of unsubstantiated claims in their advertising.
In other news, Scan has done a follow-up article on what's next for the Sugar House after the recent victory in gaining the vote to maintain the noise conditions for the new accommodation building, which was campaigned by students.
James Gilmore reports that Trevor Barr, CEO of Barr Estates and City Block Limited, is unhappy with the conditions and hopes to have them amended or removed entirely. Barr says that nothing else is preventing it from going ahead other than the planning committee's insistence on this invalid planning condition.
So the Students' Union President Josh Wolfe condemns the developer's decision to challenge the planning committees, saying that the vote was a victory for common sense. So it is disappointing to hear the developer has not accepted the planning committee's decision, and he believes that student residents' well-being is the most important thing in this situation.
In more news, the environmental management scheme proposed by Lancaster University has seen an increase in the sports centre field car parking fees, rising from £1 to £3 at the start of the academic year. Claire
Gorman from Scan reports that with not all students being eligible for a parking permit, students have vocalised their disapproval for the new parking prices, as the increase hardly reflects the quality of the car park, which is not tarmacked or lined.
Following the creation of a petition by Laura Clancy on the Students' Union website, Laura Wilkinson, Vice President Campaigns and Communications, said the union decided to fight against the increases in parking charges and encourage people to sign the petition, which currently has 220 signatures.
And that's it for the news headlines this week. Later on we'll be talking to Junaid Iqbal and Hannah Laher all about the events that the Islamic Society has arranged for their charity week.
Yes, that's right. And speaking of societies, LA1 TV has a brand new show featuring societies of Lancaster University. Quite appropriately named Society Showcase. Let's take a look at episode 1, where our team chat to Lancaster University Theatre Group all about their production of Macbeth.
Fair is foul and foul is fair is the theme of today's episode of LA1 TV's Society Showcase. I'm here at Lancaster University Theatre Group's rehearsal of Macbeth to figure out what it is they get up to. Let's see what trouble this way comes. How are you finding all that power?
Oh, it's great to have the power. Guys, come on, I'll give you my autograph later. I'm just going to have my interview and then I'll talk to you, okay? Sorry. Our Macbeth is in an undisclosed location in the midst of an undisclosed war. It's kind of like Syria-esque, but we never mention a particular place. And it's a lot more modern than previous versions.
What are you guys doing in Macbeth?
I have no idea. I am playing Old Man, and
I am an assistant stage manager, but I'm also in the battle scene and the party scene on stage.
Ah, a man of many talents, I see. You're brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah? How are you finding it so far?
It's fun. Like, Sunday mornings are hard to get up on, but it is like an interesting thing. It's something I've not done before, so yeah, I'm enjoying it.
yeah, and I think it's worth it too, because like you just end up spending time with people you like, and it's just sort of it gives you something to do on a Sunday morning. I know that sounds horrible, but no, it's good. I find it good.
Yeah. So do you guys study drama?
No, I'm actually an MA in creative writing, so.
Wow.
And I do politics, so like not related at all.
Wow, so you don't have to be studying drama to get involved. So how long have you guys been involved in the society?
Well, I've been involved for about 4 years. Last year I was vice president of the society, and then since I've left, I've just got involved into the process like slightly later on than everybody else. But I was asked to come and join the show, and yeah, I think this is like my 12th show here now, so I've been here for quite a while.
How are you enjoying the society so far for the newbies and for... I guess you must like it, you've been here a while.
Yeah, it can't get rid of me, but yeah, it's like, it's kind of changed, but like I think it's because there's so many more people that have just got involved over the past couple of years.
You don't have to be on stage to get involved with LUTG, do you?
There's lots of opportunities outside of obviously just acting itself. Obviously you can see the directors upstairs, you've seen them already today. And us guys, we're the backstage crew as such. So we're looking at everything from set, props, costume, lights, sound, all that.
A lot of opportunities there for all kinds of things. So what exactly is it that a stage manager does?
Very good. Lots. So it's our job essentially to make sure that the show runs.
So you're basically their mums, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
When I first joined theatre group, I was kind of really into acting and I only wanted to act, but I didn't get cast in my first term. So I went to the backstage meeting and I wanted to assistant direct, but I didn't get to assistant direct, I got to produce. And it turns out that I love producing and it's what I want to do now for the rest of my life. So it's like really good because you can go along and just do something that you've never done before, and it might turn out that you love it, you might hate it, but there's so many opportunities to be like, yeah, I can do this or I can do that, and it doesn't have to just be acting, which scares people off.
Yeah. I've had so much fun with LUTG today, and if you want to get involved, check them out either on Facebook or on the LUSU website. Macbeth is on from the 9th to the 11th of December, and they've got loads of performances on this term, so make sure you check out the website. If you're in a society and you'd like LA1 TV to visit you, please do get in touch. We want to showcase what it is that you guys are getting up to on campus. Thanks for watching.
So we're now joined by Junaid and Hannah. So thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just talk about like the Islamic society in general. What do you guys do?
We're really just here to represent all the Muslim students on campus, so we organise social events and we look after the prayer room space as well.
Yeah. Do you have many members?
The Muslim community on campus is larger than most people think.
Yeah.
We have more than a few hundred, I'd say. And every Friday prayer, like the room is full of people.
That's great.
So it's good to represent such a wide audience of people.
Yeah.
So where is the prayer on campus then? It's something I've really been, obviously I'm not from that religion, so it's not something I really noticed that much. But where is the prairie for people who want to come along?
It's Bowland Ash House, so opposite the chaplaincy.
Yeah.
Because the prayer room came along after the chaplaincy was built, there wasn't enough space in the chaplaincy, so they had to move it to a different premise. It's nice having our own space.
Yeah, because I'd never noticed it before either. And then I bumped into you as we were on the way to the Great Hall, and then you said you were on the way there, and I noticed it at the sign and thought, oh, that's great, because there's different sections, isn't there? There's like one that says brothers and one for sisters.
One for sisters.
And I thought, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's not too obvious. Most people don't see it, but next term is our Discover Islam Week. So we're hoping to have tours, and we're inviting everyone in Lancaster to come by and see what it's actually like. It's a very nice and calming place.
Yeah, that's great. Just raise a bit of like awareness about it as well. Is that kind of what your charity week's about?
The charity week is focused more on raising funds for Syria relief. So one of the 5 pillars of Islam is to raise, to give some of our salary to charity, and through the Charity Week, Islamic Society sort of tries to do this. So we were supporting the charity Syria Relief.
So how much did you guys raise then in total?
We raised like £856.
That's so good.
In 1 week.
Wow,
what kind of events did you have then?
We had like a wide array of events. One was a FIFA tournament night in the prayer room. We had an actual football night, so virtual and physical. We had a quiz night at the chaplaincy. This was just general questions, history, and the humanities, and some religious questions as well. And we did a brownie sale in Alex Square, all homemade, many by our master chef here, Hannah.
Nice.
And it took many grueling hours to make the cakes, but
very long.
we pulled it off.
Yeah, we
and it was
actually
worth it.
we saw you guys there when we were on our Lancaster's Got Talent stall, and we were like, cakes for charity. We actually invested in a cupcake as well.
Thank you so much.
No worries at all.
We wouldn't be at this amount without you guys.
I mean, it was that £1 that we donated that made all the
Every
difference.
little helps though.
£855 about us, so not that impressive. No, but it's really great to see that you've raised so much money for charity. It's going to go to a good cause as well. So, yeah, very impressive, guys.
What was your favourite event that you did?
I'd say I really enjoyed the bucketing because that's where we met you guys. And also, people were just donating money willingly there. They weren't exchanging their money for something else. And it was nice seeing their goodwill just for a charity. It was also interesting seeing the crowds diverge as we approached them. But some people came to us and gave £10 notes, and that was so interesting. And to see that people are so charitable these days, especially students when money's tight.
Of course,
It says a lot as well, doesn't it? With, as you say, those students perhaps not having the most money in the world, but they like to give back to certain causes that they sort of see as more, as sort of valuable and really, necessary to give money back into. So it's nice to see students giving back into charity.
And these events are so great to raise awareness as well. I think you mentioned that you had an interfaith dinner or something. You hosted that.
That was yesterday, and we had that with the Hindu Society.
Oh, that's amazing! I wish I'd gone. I only saw it after the fact on Facebook. And I was like, that looks amazing.
We had a good turnout, around 30 people.
Whoa.
And we made not very cultural food, but we made pasta, bacon, pizza. It's simple to make.
I mean, that's still great.
It's all vegetarian.
All vegetarian.
Oh, good, yeah.
The principal aim was just to sort of get people of both communities to speak to each other and to get to know each other, because it's really easy to just go towards people that are like you, and that provided an opportunity to break that barrier, and I think it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there is a bit of a misconception that sometimes there's a rivalry between Indians and Pakistanis and Hindus and Muslims, but it's just these kind of events should just show that everyone gets on and you can have interfaith dinners and for everyone to be friends.
So so was that interfaith dinner you did yesterday? Was that a one-off thing, or have you done more of those, or what's your plans?
We've done a couple. We did one with the Christian Society and Jewish Society. Sorry. That was a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully some more.
Yeah, we're planning some more. Hopefully a series. We want to get through all the different religious societies on campus. And then finish with a huge interfaith dinner inviting all of them together. It's going to take a lot of effort, but judging by how many people turned out at these separate ones, there should be a lot.
So where did you do those then? Where were they done?
They were in the chaplaincy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
In the cafe.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be going to that last one where everyone
massive one, yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
You know, it could be something interesting for LA1 TV to film as
Yeah.
well, to like showcase like all the interfaiths like coming together.
Yeah, maybe for the final one as well, maybe have people who aren't religious just come along as well.
Yeah,
and
we
then
invite
interact as
everyone
well.
to attend
Yeah.
every interfaith event as well.
Oh,
You don't
okay,
have to be
that's-
part
yeah.
of either religion.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a chance to get to know people of a different community.
Okay.
That's the main aim.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
And how do people get involved with your society?
We do charge a membership fee, and that's a good way to get involved.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we invite anyone who wants to organise a project with us just to message us directly through Facebook. And I think we have a website as well.
Yeah, and we have an email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone has any ideas or they want to collaborate with us, they can just get through to us by those links.
Yeah, because you also did the prayer in the square as well, didn't you? Which was
Yeah.
part of the Islamophobia
So,
Awareness Month as well, wasn't there? So that was the week before, wasn't it? Last week, yeah.
That was on Friday. I think
Yeah.
we did like a charity sermon,
Okay.
and everyone just came together and they just talked about charity,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was good.
Do you get any people raising any questions or like debate issues with you guys?
Generally, people were quite respectful.
Yeah.
And we invited lots of non-Muslims to come down as well and join us.
Mhm.
Many of them hadn't seen how Muslims prayed before, so it was interesting.
Yeah.
And we did have quite a few people just lingering on the stairs, like
Mhm.
in silence, just watching and showing their respects.
Yeah, that's really good because I think, you know, it's great that you're raising awareness for Islamophobia, as that's been, you know, something that's we've seen in the news, you know, for the past couple of years now. So it's, you know, it's good that you're creating like a space where people can like come to you guys and like talk to you about this, like, and, you know, ask those questions.
Yeah, that was part of our works for the Islamophobia Awareness Month, which ran throughout November.
Yeah.
We organised some debates, and that was Pray in the Square was our flagship event, I'd say, for the month.
Yeah, it's all about just like educating people who might want to know a bit more about the religion and, you know, take away any stigma or anything.
Yeah.
Do you have any social media pages or anything that you want to push now?
We do have a Facebook page, so I'd please like that. We post all our events on there, and we share other worthy events there as well, so there's lots for you to get involved in.
All right.
That's great.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us. And well done for everything you did
Thanks.
during your charity week.
Yep, so this weekend saw Ben Miles and Susie Clegg, the singing duo, crowned the winners of Lancaster's Got Talent 2017 during the live final show.
And considering it is the first year that LA1 TV has organised Lancaster's Got Talent, we are very pleased with how the event went.
And if you've missed any of the videos that's produced from LA1 TV for Lancaster's Got Talent, you can catch up with those on la1tv.co.uk.
And before we're joined by Ben and Susie, this year's winners, let's take a look at the auditions highlights of Lancaster's Got Talent 2017.
Hiya, and welcome to Lancaster's Got Talent. What's your name?
I'm Harry.
My name is Tanya.
What's your talents that you're going to show us today? Pole fitness.
I'm singing and playing guitar for you today.
Well, go ahead.
So we are now joined by the winners of Lancaster Got Talent 2017, Ben and Susie. So thanks for coming on the show to both of you.
Thank you very much for having us.
So, guys, how does it feel to have won? Did you expect it at all?
It feels brilliant. I know. We thought like before, well, I did anyway. Before we got to the final, that we thought like, oh, maybe we have a chance. And then as soon as we started watching other people, we were like, oh, a bit out of our depth here. But no, it feels amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was so great, and you guys included. The judges really didn't have much criticism to give to anyone. They were just loving the entire show, and so were we. I was backstage cheering everyone on. Go, Ben and Susie!
It was obviously you guys won. It was very close in like the voting and stuff. The judges had to do a lot of deliberation, but obviously, you guys came out on top. So it must be a great feeling for you guys to have won the first year, especially.
Yeah, I think it's just like it just goes to show how much how many people there are that have talent on campus. Of the fact that even the top 8 was like absolutely amazing. And we were surprised that we were even in the top 4, to be honest. Like the amount of people that with the level of talent that was there.
Yeah, and like the diversity of talent as well. There's lots of. It's not just like singers. There's lots of.
Yeah, I think you do get sort of bogged down in the whole like singers and that kind of thing. A lot of the time, musicians. But then it was brilliant.
Yeah, but you guys did so well. Did you have to put a lot of practice into that performance?
The original idea was to practice every day that week, and then we kind of got
distracted.
I mean, it happens with students. You get busy.
But it's good enough to win, though. So you must have practiced enough. You must have done
apparently so. Yeah.
No, it was interesting as well. You mentioned that about diversity side of things. There was singers, guitar players. There was Zendo who had the sasando instrument, which was everyone.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Yeah. I was just kind of like, because I thought he was playing a harp, and then I saw him get out, and I was just like, But it was really cool.
Yeah. I think it had the good shock factor for everyone as well when it was first brought on, and then he sat down and opened it up, and the crowd just went wild. They were like, oh my god. Yeah. What was your favourite performance? Did you have a favourite performance?
See, I've always liked Magic.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Harry was pretty good.
Yeah, he was really good. I was even like sitting with him in the room backstage, and him doing all the stuff where he's flipping cards. I was just like, oh.
Was he showing you more tricks?
He was.
Backstage?
A little bit. He was showing off a little bit, but he was really. Yeah, no, he was really good.
Yeah.
Yes, I always wanted to be be able to do that kind of thing, and then it was just too much effort, to be honest.
Yeah, it was really nice to see. Obviously, it was a competition, but obviously backstage and during the interview process, when there was people coming in here and could do their interviews, and they were sort of interacting and stuff. It was really nice to see that everyone was really getting on and just chatting to each other, and it was nice to see that obviously it's a competition, but as you mentioned there, you were talking to Harry backstage about the Magic, but I'm sure you talked to all the other guys as well about their talents and stuff, and chatted to them a bit. So
it's just a really great group.
Yeah, it was just really great bunch of kids. No, it was it was everyone was really, really supportive of each other. I think every time someone came off stage, it was always everyone was tapping each other, and it was just it was a really lovely atmosphere.
Yeah.
And speaking of the atmosphere and the experience, what was it like for you guys to perform in that live final show? Have you ever done anything like this before as well?
Performed live before, but not really any competitions. So it was quite nerve-wracking, waiting for results and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd say the same. Yeah, I've performed live quite a few times before, but then nothing competitively. So there's not really much pressure when you're not cause, especially when you're the only person there. It's it's they can't really you're going to be the best person there because you're the only person there. So but then now it's just
Even more impressive though, because you guys sent a video audition in, so you hadn't had the experience of being in front of the judges first hand. So the first experience you had of the judges was the final. So it must have been very nerve-wracking for you and a bit of pressure.
Yeah. I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah. I think they enjoyed it though.
Yeah. Seemed to. Yeah. It was. I've never been in front of judges before, so it's the feeling of being judged in that way, but then they were really lovely about it. So I was really.
They only had good
really
things
pleased.
to say, really. And you talked about in your video, before you performed, that you guys only got together for the audition process. yeah, how did that all come together, and do you think you'll continue to sing together now that you've won?
Definitely, yeah. The plan was always to continue singing, but I think this was like we talked about it previously, and then it was just kind of like, oh look, there's this great thing that's going to happen, and we can like get involved. This is a way of kickstarting us. Yeah. So
it all just sort of fell into place, you guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's all fate.
So can you guys just remind the viewers what song you sang in the final, and was the sort of what was the thought process behind picking that song? Was it a song you enjoyed, or was it a song that you thought would be of particular meaning to the audience, or what was the kind of?
We sang Barton Hollow by the Civil Wars. We sort of chose it because it was upbeat and has nice harmonies, so we thought it would be better than just kind of a slow song or something.
I guess it's something you have to really pay attention to with you guys, because you were the only act that had more than one person in, so it was quite interesting to see, had the other singers who can kind of go with their own kind of their own voice and their own ability to play the guitar, but when it's the two of you together, you kind of have to work in tandem, don't you? So it was interesting that you picked that song to do that.
Yeah, it's like with harmonies and stuff, it's always a good thing. I feel like people are very receptive of that kind of thing, and it was a lot about the fact that it was like, because especially given our audition song was quite a slow one, we thought like we'd want to do something more upbeat, try and get people involved in the crowd a bit, maybe some, which we were at the end. When we performed the second time, that was I was very chuffed.
Yeah, everyone seemed to really enjoy it. And finally, we have to ask, what are you going to do with your award money?
Well, Christmas is nearby, so there's going to be a lot of it, I think, going towards Christmas presents and stuff.
Well, I've got a little surprise for you, because I can give it you right now.
Oh my gosh!
We've got it in cash, ready to
There you go.
That is a lot of cash. Oh my gosh! Oh, thanks very much.
And I think there's actually £5 notes in there, so you can split it evenly.
I'm about to say it's like excellent. Right, I will do that.
Yeah, keep it safe.
Yeah, I'll do that in a sec to prevent.
Well done,
everyone.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm happy if it's Christmas presents. But yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us, both of you, and I hope you enjoy your winnings.
Yes, you have to perform next year's final.
Yes,
I will do, definitely. Yes, absolutely.
You have to come back and perform for us.
Definitely.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now let's take a look at what is coming up on campus this week.
With recent news of major Hollywood names being circulated in regard to sexual harassment claims, there is a forum being held today at 6:30 p.m. in Furness Lecture Theatre 1 to raise awareness of these issues and show solidarity to victims of sexual violence.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. in Fylde and Furness there is a Christmas food bank collection. Tinned and non-perishable food items will be collected, and last year saw a collection of 1 million emergency food supplies given away.
From the 7th to the 23rd of December, there's an art exhibition being hosted in town by King Street Studios. The event on Facebook is called Art 100 Exhibition, where there will be over 150 pieces of artwork on display, featuring local and regional artists.
This year, Carols in the Castle will be taking place on Thursday 7th of December at 7 p.m. The event is hosted by the Lancaster University Christian Union and is completely free, including the mince pies and mulled wine.
Both this week and next week, colleges and societies will be hosting their annual winter balls. If you are attending one of these events, we hope that you have a wonderful and merry time.
But that's it for today's episode of Good Morning Lancaster, which is actually the penultimate episode of this term.
So we hope everyone has a great week, and we shall see you next time for a special 1 hour long Christmas edition of Good Morning Lancaster.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
guys. Bye.